I've listened to the argument for His Majesty's name to be given to a street here in Vienna. And it seems to me to be one of the best cases for that outside of Ethiopia. And why I say that is that Austrian society could, through this move, demonstrate a real advanced capacity to be fair and to recognize the work of non-Europeans in giving honor and dignity not just to Austrian people but to humanity. You know, if the Austrian people were to choose that as a representation of their own consciousness as a society, then we would know that they're honestly embracing the significance of what His Majesty's trip here meant, which is what that would really represent. If it is that you're an estranged nation and vilified in a certain kind of way, and you have the father of Pan-Africanism, who we know as the Prince of Peace in terms of his global role and the way he navigates past differences, even with his enemies. I mean, we saw with the Italians and others, the capacity for forgiveness and to move on, for real leadership and international statesmanship. And I think that that's what the visit of His Majesty in 1954, November, represented. And it would be a kind of divine justice to see this society honor that gesture now with a very necessary symbol of equity and non-racial prejudice, you know. Is it because he's an African why it's hard to swallow? You know, Rome has a Haile Selassie Square, and, you know, Kenya and Brazil, and, you know, the heart of Europe, the center where we expect to see a certain kind of intellect at play would be, that would be the kind of gesture that we think Viennese society is capable of, and I certainly hope is going to look seriously at making that a real possibility. In fact, we should be talking about a statue as well, you know, in my opinion. So I really wish that campaign all the best. It's an important symbol of internationalism that I think is really necessary now with our world in crisis. I think Europe is afraid of war. You know, we have to show that we are not fearful because the peace is going to be maintained, and that's what I and I represent.